Hey, how's it going again, YouTube? What for me? You just say like, comment, subscribe below. You know, just thought about my review, or if you like the movie, have a conversation in the comment section. So, I want to revisit this one. I don't know why it took so long, but this is so I've already reviewed the first part to this to the X trilogy. So this is part two, Pearl, and this is Pearl. This is written and directed by the man himself, Ty West. He uh, he actually directed the entire trilogy. He wrote and directed the trilogy, and it was really impressive how fast a lot of this came out too. Because it took him a couple years to do Maxine, because Maxine just dropped earlier this year. So I'll be doing Maxine too, and that's Maxine with three X's. Uh, so the first movie he did was Pearl was X, which came out earlier in 2022, which I actually did review around that time. And then he he directed, of course, Pearl, which was the sequel, which is actually the prequel. So this is actually taking place before X. And I think Maxine takes place later on, because I think it takes place in like the 80s or something like that. So Pearl is basically stars Mia Goth, who plays a titular character, Pearl, and and it got me too, because when I saw this movie, I was like, oh, Superman is in here. David Corn Sweat is in this movie. He plays a film projector um, guy who basically runs the movie theater. Basically puts the film into the projector, because this takes place back in 1918. So this movie takes place a long time ago. Uh, and what I like about this is, uh, well, first of all, of course, it's if you've seen X, it's basically kind of the same premise a little bit. Um, Pearl, she wants to be a movie star so bad, like she fantasizes about it. Um, she's got a strict German mother who just wants her to just stay there and take care of her father. But her dreams are a lot bigger than the little farm that she stays on. So her that's her aspiration. She wants to be a star. She wants to be a star so bad. You know, she her farm animals. She acts like her farm animals are audience. She dances and does routines in front of them and stuff like that. Practices, watches the same movie a billion times just to kind of get the routines down and stuff like that, so she can become famous. So she tells her mom, she's going to be a star, and she's going to the whole world is going to like her pretty much. Uh, but but Lou, I know Pearl's got a little few screws loose. So um, yeah. So like I said, this is the sequel to the X trilogy. So like I said, I saw X. I liked it. It was cool. It was kind of like your standard slasher, really, with a little bit of an art house feel. I mean, this is an A24 movie. I've reviewed a lot of A24 movies on this channel. So this one, though, I think what works for it, uh, honestly, is Mia Goth. She's so good in this. Like Mia Goth, man, that girl can act. Like I'm not sure she's still. I remember last time I heard she was married to Shia LaBeouf. So I heard she's married to Shia LaBeouf, but no, she's really good in this, and she's good as playing that. Like just kind of just like crazy. That's what she basically is. But she has kind of an innocence to her, but underneath that innocence is the craziness. Um, but this isn't more like this one. I mean, this one is kind of a slasher in a way, but like this kind of explores Pearl a little bit more. So if y'all remember in X, Pearl was actually the old woman um, that 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 Mia Goth was, in the first or in this movie. So this is kind of her origin story, and I do like how, like I said, I do like the acting and everything like that. I like how she's kind of written as a character. There's this really good monologue scene near the end, and it does go on for a while, but I really liked it. Like Mia Goth carried that. It was like a really long scene, and it didn't feel drawn out. Like I was really sucked into to how she was monologuing that entire scene. It was pretty good actually. Um, Mia Goth got a monologue a lot more. That was pretty good actually. So I really like that. I think, yeah, everyone else is pretty good in this too. I know her dad in the movie because this is during like the pandemic back in the late 1900s. So everybody's walking around wearing masks and stuff like that. Her mom, like I said, is German, but she's like a really big germaphobe, and the reason why is because those same germs you see in the movie her have gotten to her dad. He's really debilitated. Like dude can barely do anything. As you see, she's pushing him in a wheelchair, so the dude can barely do anything. He's got a debilitating disease. He can barely do anything. So that's just said where the mom pretty much in a way is kind of holding her back from exploring the world and stuff like that because she wants her to stay home, take care of take care of her dad, stay on the farm. Like I said, and her mom in a way is kind of crazy too because she's just such a germaphobe. Like she won't take food from people. She won't do anything like that because she just feels like she's just afraid of. I think it was like an allegory kind of for like uh in a way she was kind of an allegory for like people who are just afraid to go out and just live life. She just stays cooped up on the farm all day and doesn't interact with people. Neighbor brings over food and she refuses to take the neighbor's food because it may give her germs. So she's that bad. Uh, yeah, and I will honestly say too, I like the style of this movie. So I it was cool to like see how like it was playing like what like the old school like music pretty much. And you'll know what I'm talking about too. It's like that old like it's hard to explain it, but it's like that really old style 1920s type music. But it's kind of like music you hear from like the soap operas or like those romance films or something like that. Um, and then like you have even the style, like the way the letters pop up and stuff like that, because it kind of makes it seem like it's like this jolly, happy 1920s type movie, really colorful and stuff like that. But then like you see when you see Pearl lose it, you're just like, whoa, this movie turned on me real quick, and it just tumbles from there. But yeah, I think out of X in this, I think I like this better than X because it just seemed like it was way more stylized too. I know X looked more like a 1970s like exploitation film, and they kind of gave it Ty West gave it that feeling pretty much. But I don't know for some reason I just liked his style better. It just seemed to pop out more in this movie than it did in X. Uh, Especially like I said, having that the 1920s type feel to it, and making it look like it actually took place in the 1920s. Like it was nice. I liked it. Uh, and then there was there was this sort of kind of because it was a scene at the end at the very end. I'm not gonna ruin it, but it was a scene at the very end of the movie where I was kind of laughing at first, but like it made me the more the longer it went on, and it's going on through the credits, and the longer that scene goes on, the more uncomfortable it kind of got to. I was like, wow.